he was gonna be one of my best friends. Because me and him, like, a long time ago, we had a bondage over Call of Duty. Me and him loved Call of Duty at the time, and we both had Xbox and PlayStation. So,
was that when I was addicted to zombies?
Yeah, we were addicted to zombies. Me and Clayton here made it to around... I had the Prestige Edition of Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and me and him, we spent 3 days straight playing Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. We made it to around 87 on Doris, if anyone remembers that map. It's ridiculous. We had so many good times. Yeah. It's just so much fun.
I remember my old World of War trend, you know.
Yeah.
Where's Clayton? Oh, he's over on World of War. Screw him. He's not gonna come play.
Yeah. The AC, what was it, the ACP? The guy?
Wait, say that again?
What was that guy's name, the ACP? What's that his name?
The ACP?
Yeah. And he was one of Clayton's friends, and he used to mod. I'm not giving out his gamer tag, but he was the guy who would always have your back and be like, "Oh, you want to do something? All right, let's go."
Yeah, he was pretty chill though. He's the one that taught me to mod like PlayStation. Whenever all you could do was like when modding PlayStation was just like plugging in a jump drive and jailbreaking your PlayStation.
Yeah.
But now, as I know it, it's illegal now because they went to court about it, and the guy that Jeff, I think his name was, that invented the jailbreak or made up the jailbreak for the PlayStation 3 lawsuit. So they made it illegal, I think, or
yeah, it's illegal.
I don't know if it's illegal, but you know, they just might have like been stricter on it and banning people like they should have in the first place. You know, that's why modding on PlayStation 3 got a little out of hand because they didn't care.
Yeah.
But if you look at 360 now, they don't really care either.
Yeah.
As long as you don't like clutch the servers, you're okay.
Yeah. And speaking of the new consoles, we haven't really gotten the whole gist of the whole thing yet. Like, we literally haven't gotten the whole thing yet. But what would you like to see in the new consoles?
What would I like to see in the new consoles?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. In the new console, I would like to see the return of Jak and Daxter.
Alright. What I would like to see is I would like to see some kind of games like, you know how they're releasing Dota for Xbox and PS3?
Yeah.
So as soon as that comes out, I think personally, I mean, it could be something weird about it, but I think you should be able to have compatibility, some kind of compatibility, compatibility on some games to play with Xbox people and PlayStation people. I think it'd be pretty cool, but that might take a really, really long time to figure out.
Yeah, I think I'm not saying that this is true, but I think that they actually tried that. Like either Sony or Microsoft offered the deal to one another, and you know, but you know, if that were to happen, I'm sure that Microsoft would want Sony to make their players pay. You know,
yeah.
And Sony doesn't want to do that because if they were to make their audience pay, that would have lost a lot of people because, you know, the people that some people that play PlayStation, you know, they don't have the extra money or they don't have the extra time to go pick up an extra, like a $60, like plus $15 mail-in rebate, plus shipping and handling, and plus 15 professional handling, you know. But, you know, that's like, you know, it's just stupid how Xbox makes people pay. But, you know, it's just how they make money. You know, because Microsoft, they make PC OSs, and then they have Xbox, and they might have something else, but I don't know, you know. But Sony, as everyone knows, they have like multiple appliances. You can go pick up a Sony microwave. It'll probably sing to you for all I know, but
Yeah. And what I think about the consoles right now, honestly, I think PlayStation is winning. And I'm not saying
PlayStation
that,
is winning.
like, it's a
like,
matter of
if you
opinion
watch
for some people. People are like, oh yeah, I'm getting Xbox One because I want to keep all my games. Well, you won't be able to do backwards, what's it called? Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, they're
And
no backwards compatibility. But you see the PlayStation 4, and you know they said it was backwards compatible, and yet they demonstrated it.
yeah.
They had multiple, like they had a couple booths at E3, and they were demonstrating the backwards compatibility. They had a PS4 playing a PS3 game, and I believe that game was Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
But that's Sony heard the people and they answered the people. And if it to be, in my opinion, to be successful in any industry, especially dealing with the games and console production, you need to listen to the people.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that's what Xbox or Microsoft didn't do. They didn't listen to people, and they didn't care, so they went with their own console.
Yeah.
Based around media. And if you look at the Xbox 360 update right now, the Windows update, it's solely based around Netflix and stuff like that. And yet, you see the people with Xbox 360, and I think it was stated somewhere, and I'm not sure, but at least like 49% of Xbox 360 community spends about like 5 hours on Netflix a day. And in my opinion, the console shouldn't be based around Netflix. It should have not Netflix media. Like you should have the availability of like people with Hulu or Netflix or YouTube.
Yeah.
But stuff like ESPN and stuff like that, that shouldn't be like
I shouldn't be main priority.
If you want to watch like sports, you can just do it on the TV.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it on Xbox. It's just people like. I think it's just a substitution to try to get ESPN off DirecTV or Dish Network.
Yeah.
To solely base it on. But you see that most of the Xbox One games will be sports games because they signed a contract with NFL, NHL, so all the professional industries they signed a contract with. So they're gonna have more like sports games on the Xbox One, and that's not what I'm looking for, because that's one reason I like the PlayStation series is because the availability and indie games. There's so many different choices from indie games on the PlayStation, or PlayStation 3, and there's so many more to come on the PlayStation 4. Because if you played the game Journey, that was a 3-hour game, but it was the most meaningful 3 hours of my life.
You know me. I like to keep it real.
Yeah.
So
The most beautiful 3 hours of the game. It was just, it was an indie game produced by Sony and one other company. And that had to be the most beautiful indie game I've ever seen in my life. But that's what needs to happen, and Sony has realized it. There's more independent companies coming, being recognized, not by Xbox. Some companies are being recognized by Xbox, but not many. That's where PlayStation takes the lead. They recognize the independent companies trying to be noticed, and they support them, and they get them up on top, But you look at 360, and you see all these weird indie games, only some of them, about 10% of them are actually worth buying and playing. But then you look at all of PlayStation 3 indie games, and they are well in detail, excuse me, and they're well in detail, and they're just they're the time of it is just well spent. It's well sponsored, and the game it's very outstanding for an independent game.
And while we're on the topic of indie games, I don't know if this is counted as an indie game, but I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I love The Binding of Isaac, the game I'm playing right now. And they're making a rebirth. And the chance to where you can play multiplayer online with your friends and race against each other and all that on my favorite game, like on my favorite PC game, that's a big deal for me. Like, I love them for doing that. And thank you, Edmund McMillan, which I doubt you'll never ever watch this video. Edmund McMillan, he's amazing. Him and Team Meat made Super Meat Boy. And I've spent over, I would say about 100 hours in Super Meat Boy. And it just never gets me bored. And so,
Yeah,
what I'm saying here...
And if you look at Super Meat Boy, that was an independent game that Microsoft sponsored.
Yeah.
And it became a successful game, and they shared the profit with Microsoft and so, and they got the money, and they were like, let's make a PC exclusive. So they came out with The Binding of Isaac. That was successful. So they're going back to console, as a company, teamed up with Microsoft Studios to release that new Binding of Isaac that I'm sure is going to be either more successful than Super Meat Boy,
Exactly.
or the first Binding of Isaac, But since they're more well sponsored, they have the availability, and since they're teamed up with Microsoft Studios, they have the availability of Microsoft servers to add that multiplayer, place.
Yeah. And a lot of things I like about this is that it's not only Xbox and it's not only PlayStation. It's going on a wide variety. It's staying on PC. It's going on PS4 and PS3, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and it's also going to the Vita, which I think is really good because
if you say that, then they're not even teamed up with studios. Then they're a self company. They're their own company. So
it's really exciting.
If it was an exclusive to Xbox, then they would be teamed up with studios, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I just all the evolution of games, there's all, excuse me, there's just so many games out there, indie games that have potential but need more sponsoring.
Yeah.
They need more money to make it better. And, that's where a lot of companies need help. And, it's just... And I want to see more variety in indie games, to see what everybody has in mind,
Yeah.
And I also looked more into that Max, the Curse of Brotherhood game that was previewed at E3. Yeah, it's a weird looking game, but it also looks pretty fun with its platforming style. But it was originally thought up as an indie game and brought the studios for sponsoring, and Microsoft saw that it had more potential, so they sponsored it and gave the company enough money to make it a game.
Yeah.
And I do thank Microsoft for that. But I think that they need more opportunities like that. Microsoft to see the potential ahead.
And I'm pretty sure, me and you have started this whole thing over Xbox. We have tons of friends online on Xbox, and well, I wouldn't say